everybody, I'm Mark, and welcome to Mondays with Mark, and we're on your favorite YouTube channel, SmokeySteveAndMarc, right? How are you? Oh man, it's so nice to see you. It sure is. I like Mondays with Mark. I guess I say this every week because it's my own little corner of our channel, and we get to just sit and talk with each other and make things and plant things, and just a lot of fun. Anyway, I do hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe in light of everything, but we're not going to talk about anything negative today, right? Because I try to keep things upbeat and interactive and fun on Mondays with Mark, and today is no exception, right? So, let me think. First, I don't want to forget anything. So, first, I want to say thank you for our video greeting. Got you up and dancing, didn't it? Thank you so much. Get your video greetings in. Send them to us on our email or on Instant Messenger and Facebook, and we'll tack them to the beginning of our videos every day. I have just been digging the video greetings, let me tell you. I think just what a wonderful way to kind of interact and get to know each other and to just say howdy to everybody. We're all kind of stuck in, getting a little cabin fever, I think it's a great way to do it. So it's not hard to do. Just take your camera, hit record, say hello, and send it to us. All right? Okay, cool. I also wanted to remind you, Saturday night this week, we totally want you to come and celebrate our special day with us. We're having a live anniversary party on this Saturday, the 11th, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here in the States, okay? We'll be live on our channel right here, and so we want you to grab some bubbly, grab some cake, and join us for an hour or so, okay? That'll be really nice. I'm looking forward to that because we couldn't figure out what to do for our anniversary this year, and we thought this would be a fantastic way to celebrate it. So I hope everybody joins us for that, okay? So, on with today's video. Okay, so today's video was actually a viewer request. Well, actually, like 3 requests, if I have to get technical. They were questions sent in by 3 people, and they all involve succulents. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let me tell you. So, Mandy, otherwise known as Addie, asked if I could share some information about caring and growing succulents, okay? And then Raymond sent in an email asking if I had any succulent planter ideas. And then Ingrid R. Wrote me also by email and said, would I ever consider doing a craft project involving succulents? So I figure we're going to do all of that in one video. It is my pleasure to do this video, let me tell you. So, succulents, oh my gosh. Okay, so they are all the rage. They are super trendy for a couple years now, and it shows no sign of stopping. Let me tell you, you don't have to go too far. I mean, even the dollar store has succulents, but you can get succulent themed things everywhere, right? So today I'm going to tell you just a tiny little bit about succulents and how to care for them. We're going to make a really cool planter out of an old log, and I'll show you some other things like of what to do with them. And then we're going to take a quick tour of the post-winter garden. Oh, wait till you see it. But there's a reason we're doing that too, because we're going to put some succulents out in the garden. And finally, we are going to have a giveaway too. But you gotta stay to the end of the video to find out what it is. I'm just going to give you a little hint. It's a $25 Dollar Tree gift card. I figured since everything we're using today I got at the dollar store, it would be just so appropriate to give that away as a gift. So, $25 Dollar Tree gift card is yours, but you gotta stick to the end of the video to find out how to enter, okay? Ooh, ain't I mean? I'm just so mean. Anyway, let's get to it, all right? So, succulents, like I said, they're all the rage. Everybody loves them. They're very trendy. You can make craft projects out of them. You can just plant them in your garden. You can plant them as house plants. I've seen magnets. I've seen all kinds of stuff made with succulents. Now, succulents come from the Latin word succus, S-U-C-U-S, and that means sap or drink, or where's one other thing? Juice. And you know, it just, and it's kind of apropos, it's very appropriate for the succulents because succulents are plants that their leaves and their stems retain a large amount of water, making them totally drought resistant, okay? And not only that, they're just really cool to look at too. So I printed out some things here. Of the different types of succulents, and I'm not going to go through them all, you know, but there's basically a couple. There's cactuses. I mean, you know what cactuses look like, right? So there's cactuses, and they're one of the most recognizable types of succulents out there. They most all have prickly spines all over them, and they can withstand extreme cold and heat and survive with very, very little water. There's the Haworthia. They're like small succulents that come from South Africa mostly, okay? And they kind of look like these here, if you can see those. And check out our Facebook page because I'm going to do a post on succulents all about the different types and the care tips for them. So I'll be doing them. Sedum, they come in a variety of shapes and sizes. The smallest being just a couple inches, and the largest height reaching 3 feet tall. That's a huge succulent. Oh my gosh! I mean, crazy. They can withstand a lot of sun and very little water as well, and they tend to look more like that, if you can see that. And finally, forgive my pronunciation, okay? I tried to hit the Google pronunciation. It wouldn't do it, okay? So the final variety of succulents are sempervivum. Boy, do I sound stupid saying that. And they're basically like, they're the ones that look round, if you know what I mean. One of the most common ones being hens and chicks. And that's what we're going to work with today. So those are your different types of succulents. And I'll tell you what, they are so easy to care for. They really are. People get intimidated like they're going to kill them and everything. And obviously you can, you know. I don't have a lot of experience with succulents, but I do have a few. And we're going to be working today with hens and chicks. These were given to me by a patient. She brought them in for me to plant, and I thought this would be great to use in the video today. But as a general rule of thumb, for all succulents, all the varieties of succulent, they need bright light, like to part light. You want full sun for them, okay? But they can burn as well. So they recommend anywhere from 3 to 6 hours of straight, direct, full sunlight, okay? So, you know, they're very, very easy to care for. They're drought tolerant. They can survive for several weeks at a time without water. Now, they won't flourish that way. You know, a recommended watering cycle would be once a week. But what you want to do is you want to water your succulents, you know, saturate the soil, and don't water them again until everything is completely dry. Wait a day, then water them. Just a general rule of thumb there, you know. You want to place your plant in an area with natural light if possible, such as a windowsill or on a patio, and avoid intense, direct, long sunlight periods, okay? Once it's acclimated to its environment, though, it can be in full sun all day. It'll be totally fine, okay? And last but not least, you know, you want to, it needs nutrients, so you want to fertilize it with half strength, just general fertilizer like Miracle Grow or something like that, okay? Half strength once a month, and you'll be totally fine. In the winter, every other month, and you'll be totally fine with that, okay? Now, what I'm going to do is, also on our Facebook page, I'm going to put this paper on there, and it's something that you can download and print out, or take a screenshot and print out, and it just gives you some tips on how to grow your succulents. And I thought, what the heck, I'm going to put, can't forget the little guys, right? And I'm not talking about the succulents, I'm talking about the kiddos. I'm going to put a little cute little coloring page on there, too. So you can download all this stuff from our Facebook page, and you'll have something at home that you can refer to, okay? So I have my notes here. Make sure I didn't skip anything. I actually wrote on here, hello, like to remember to say hello. Are you kidding me? I did. I totally did. Whatever. Okay. So Now, what we're going to do today first is I'm going to talk just a tiny little bit about soil, and then we're going to get to the cute project we're going to make. So, succulents, you know, they like a particular type of soil, and mainly it's because of the moisture retention. That you want a soil that drains very easily and doesn't retain a lot of moisture, okay? Now, you can buy specially formulated soil for succulents. I have found that it's kind of hard to find and can be very, very pricey, but I'm going to show you how to make your very own homemade succulent soil so that that will give your plants the best, you know, opportunity to grow and thrive. Basic rule of thumb, 3 parts regular potting soil to 2 parts coarse sand. Now, coarse sand can be gravel, it can be, and I'm going to show it to you right now. But first, what I wanted to show you, the soil, okay? I would get seed starting soil, regular potting soil. I would not use garden soil, which tends to be very thick and a lot of clay in it, okay? That's used for just putting out in your garden, not so much for putting in pots or growing things in. So at the dollar store, they sell these tiny little bags of seed starting soil, which are perfect because it has perlite in it already. Perlite is just another another ingredient now that kind of helps with moisture control within soil. So you don't have to get perlite if you get a potting soil that already has it. It's these tiny little white things in there that look kind of like styrofoam. It's called perlite, you know. Anyway, so we're going to start with that. Got it at the dollar store, and I have 2 parts in here. Okay, so next, the coarse sand. Now, you'd want to steer away from like beach sand or like the real fine grained sand that will not work as well. You know, you could use it, you could try, but you know what? Try to steer away from that. What I found that works perfectly is this real coarse sand. I've seen it called coarse sand, and I've seen it called gravel. Again, at the dollar store. If you can see the size of that. Very, very small, just like that. And they sell them in bags. Do I have it here? No. I wish you could see that a little better. Again, I'll put it on our Facebook page, but it's just gravel, but very, very small gravel like that, okay? There we go. And there's 2 parts in here. And all you're going to do is mix the 2 together. And I have my little plastic container here. Yes, cookies came in this, but I reuse everything, right? So we're going to put that in there, and then we're going to add 2 parts of our soil to it. And where's my stick? My stick is all the way over on, oh well, let's get dirty. And we're just going to mix it up just like this. Now, if you're going to get this at the dollar store or any craft store or really anything, the gravel or the sand you're going to get, you want to clean it off first. So I just cleaned it off with very, very hot tap water. It gets rid of all that dust, and if there's any chemicals on it, sometimes they, you know, they put some glitter in it, things like that. You want to get rid of all of that. So clean it with hot water first before you mix it up, and then your soil will look something like that. And that's actually pretty perfect. That will retain enough moisture, but it will be quick draining as well, okay? So there you go, your very own homemade succulent soil. This is great for cactuses. Now, if you want to use craft sand, such as this, you can also get this at the dollar store. Again, I wouldn't only use this, but this would be perfect to add to this just to give it a little more structure. Again, wash it with very, very hot water before you use it. This gives it even a better consistency, a better texture, so to speak, okay? So this is perfect succulent soil for you, all right? 3 easy ingredients, all got at the dollar store. And you don't have to spend all that money on the kind that comes in garden stores. I mean, I swear to God, they're so expensive. I was very, very surprised about that, how expensive that soil was. Because that's what I was going to buy. I was going to buy it and just use that. But I thought, might be a little better to show you how to do it, okay? So we talked about soil. Again, that recipe, 3 parts soil to 2 parts coarse sand or gravel or something like that, okay? If you don't have gravel or sand, you can use straight up perlite, which are those little styrofoam pieces, but you have to get that at a garden store. Pumice works. Pumice is actually volcanic material, that works just as well too. All right, so let's move this out of the way, and we're gonna start our little project now. But first, some of the troubleshooting things about succulents, some pests and problems that come with it. The number one problem really is overwatering. Overwatering, the roots will rot, and that spreads up into the plant. They fall, they rot. Overwatering is its worst enemy out of everything. Not enough sun, you'll have a very, very weak plant, you know. You can also get too much sun. They can get burnt. It's rare, but that can happen as well. So you want to get just the right amount of sunlight there. And lack of nutrients. If your plant starts to like wither or literally look sick, it needs some nutrients, because you can imagine there's not a lot of nutrients left in this soil by the time we mix everything up. So you want to fertilize it generally once a month with like half potion of the general fertilizer mix, and that's Miracle Grow. You don't go out and spend the really expensive fertilizer just for cactuses and succulents. You can use a broad-based fertilizer like Miracle Grow. Just use it at half strength once a month. All right, so on to the fun part. We're gonna make a planter, and I'm gonna show you how I'm making this for my table at work, and I think this would be also perfect, just perfect for a coffee table as well. But succulents, you can find them everywhere and in every type of container. You can put them in a jar like this. They have planters that I like this that I think are perfect for succulents. It looks really, really cool. What else? Oh, terrariums. People are making terrariums. They're really nice. Like, this is an ornament. A succulent would fit right in there. Perfect. Any container will work for this. Okay. But today, we are going to make a planter out of an old log that I found outside. Okay? So, to start with, I just got the log outside, and it has a perfect little V in it. And all I did, all I did was I took a chisel and a hammer, and it literally popped out because it was so old, okay? But you want to have a little vessel that you can place your plants in, okay? So an inch and a half deep, no problem. You can chisel it out with a hammer and chisel, use a saw, whatever, if you're using a log like this. All right? If you have a problem doing that, you could take a drill with a 1-inch or a 2-inch bit on it, and just every so often drill it like that, and your plants will fit perfectly in there too. But I have a fantastic little groove going in there. And before we start, you'll also need to have a drainage hole. So I'm not sure if you can see it or not. Well, I can see it. You probably can. I drilled 3 drainage holes in the log all the way through so that the water can run out. Now, to steady it so it stands like this, all I did, I took my stapler, okay, and I took some old wood, and this is balsa wood, like, it's very, very thin. I took 2 little strips like this, and I just stapled it to the bottom so that it steadies it. And of course, it's not high enough, you can't see it, but it doesn't wobble. It has a flat bottom for you there, okay? You can also cut a piece of bottom off too to make it flat, but I thought this way was a little easier, you know, and pretty ingenious, really, when you think about it. Anyway, so we're going to make this look real pretty. So what I did first was I took some moss. Again, I bought this at the dollar store. This is, I'll show you the bag here so you know what to get here. This is called Spanish moss. They have it at the dollar store. There's all different kinds of mosses, though. You can use any type you want. This is like the green, almost living moss. That works, too. And I just took some glue, and I placed it on the outside of it, like this. If you can see that, okay? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can. And then on either side, I put a big bunch that I glued down just to give it a little dam, so to speak, on either side so that none of the dirt runs out or anything like that. And I used permanent waterproof glue, E6000. You know, will work perfectly for that. Anything water-based you want to steer away from, okay? So That's the decorative part of it, like that. You can also seal your log if you want. Prior to putting the moss on it, I just sprayed it real quickly with that acrylic spray that I use on everything. Not necessary, but what it will do is it'll help keep it from rotting. So I would suggest giving it a coat of varnish of some sort, like acrylic spray, something like that, okay? So now we have this ready to go. We already have our homemade soil, and I'm going to just put some dirt in here like this. And one thing that's really nice about succulents too, they don't need a lot of soil to thrive. So we got this going here. Let's go all the way to the end. Give it a pat down there, like so. All right, that's plenty. Like that, see? Okay, next, what if I can, here, we'll set that on there. I see a big problem coming. I'm gonna knock it over for sure. Oh, it's tilted your way too. Okay, good. I'm gonna work backwards. Now we're gonna take our succulents. Aren't these pretty? These are called hens and chicks. I'm sure everybody are familiar with these. I just think they're so pretty. And they come in different colors and different varieties. And the more you look at them, you'll know they have their own personalities. Their leaves like curl up. They open up. They're really, really cool. And we're just going to kind of, I don't know, strategically place them in there. There's like some roots there. So I'm going to set this on top and tuck the roots down in a little bit like so. Just like that. There we go. And just repeat all the way. Now, if you don't have roots, a lot of them, you know, don't have roots yet, they'll form them. Just want to make sure that they're in the soil. A lot of them look just like that. They have a little, like, just a little thing like that. And then you're going to, that is the easy one. You can just stick down in, just like that. Put some dirt around him. Like that. Oh, he looks so cute. Okay, here's the little one. We'll put him into. Oh, you need something over here. All right, there. All right, now these will grow and multiply really, really nice. All right, so there you go. You see we have our succulents in there like that. And what the heck, we have some decorative rocks here. And throw a few of them on there every so often just to make it look pretty. Like that. I think this is going to make a nice little addition to our table at work. We have a table in the waiting room that's kind of looks like a coffee table. And I think this is nice. We're going to save those two because we're going to go outside in a second. So there you have it. Give it a little bit of water and make sure you put a little tray underneath it to collect the water. You know, you don't want that running everywhere. But you can actually leave the tray under it just for the watering and then get rid of the tray because you don't need to water it again for like 7 to 10 days. And I think this would make a really, really cute centerpiece for a coffee table. I think, whoops, coffee table. I think that looks really, really good. My rock fell. So anyway, there's one idea for you, and I'll put it behind us for the next video so you can see it actually, you know, displayed somewhere. So that's my little planter made out of a log. I hope you liked it, and I hope I went over enough of the care tips, but of course I probably forgot something, so check out our Facebook page because I'll put all that information there for you, okay? So next, I thought it would be loads of fun to go out into the garden, and I'm going to show you a real fun way to incorporate some succulents right into your garden outside, okay? So, okay, I'm not going to ramble on. Let's go outside right now, okay? I got to get my cameraman, Steve, you know, and he's going to come out, and I'm going to show you what the garden looks like right after winter, and show you how to incorporate some of these babies into your garden too, okay? See you in a second. Bye. There we are. Isn't it cute? So I thought it would be nice to show you the post-winter garden. This will be our little post-winter garden tour so you can see the, well, the mess, okay? So, go over here. These were all the zinnias, remember. This year is going to be my cut flower garden. It's hopefully going to have all carnations. We'll see. And then the plots, I just started weeding them. Our tulips came up. And I just started weeding the beds for the vegetables. Iris is in the center, and believe it or not, a few of Steven's snapdragons survived the winter. I can't believe that. I've never seen that before. And over here we have our bluebells down here. And I'm going to go around the fence because you can just look over the fence. We have our cabbage. Also survived the winter. Very, very surprised. So we have growth on our rose bush. The spring life. And the rock garden, which is all along here. Our spiral bush. He should be popping out any moment. Lemongrass. I love this. I have to get the name of it. I have it upstairs. These flowers are so pretty. More irises. These are alliums, lavender. This all here are gladioli, which I just planted. This is the time of the year where you want to plant your glads. Okay, amaryllis. Remember our amaryllis? He's out in the garden now. Alliums. Look at how beautiful these came up already. Our yucca. We have new growth on the yucca. And you see some little things popping up here and there, which brings us to, I'm going to be incorporating some hens and chicks into the rock garden this year. And you can too. Now, you want to bring them in for the winter, of course. You can't leave them outside if you're in a climate like ours that gets a pretty cold winter. They won't live through the winter, you know, if it's a very, very bad winter. So, I am just going to tuck them into these little spaces. And honestly, you just have to do this. I loosened the soil a little underneath. Pop him in there. I'll put his baby right there. Okay, and I have a couple more I'm going to put in. But I think that looks so pretty, and they will multiply and continue to grow through the whole summer. It'll look really, really cute. It'll be a really, really nice addition to the rock garden, I think. I really do. So, anyway, I guess it's time to get to work on the garden. Oh my gosh, there's so much work to do. It is spring, it is April, and that means spring garden checklist time. I'm going out of my head because there's so much to do. I don't know. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please, please, please subscribe, comment below. Oh, I forgot something. We have a $25 Dollar Tree gift card to give away to one lucky winner. Very, very simple. We're going to do a true randomizer contest. So all you have to do, comment on this video below. You can say anything you want. Just comment below. And all your names will be put into the randomizer, and one lucky winner will be chosen on the next Mondays with Marc. That'll be next week, the day after Easter, okay? So comment below for your chance to win. Again, thank you so, so much for watching. It was fantastic spending time with you. I'm really, really looking forward to you guys watching the garden grow all summer long. I'm very, very excited about that. So anyway, yes, please subscribe. Please comment below to be entered into the contest. Check us out over on Facebook at SmokeySteveAndMarc. We're on Instagram at SmokeySteveAndMarc. All of our contact information is below. Remember, everybody, stay well, stay safe. Above all else, stay positive. I got to get to work on the garden because I just am overwhelmed with everything that needs to be done. I see another video coming, don't you? Yeah, I do. Ciao.